Alright, it's been a few weeks I think since the last update here, and the weather's just been crap. Plus I've had to work, so not a whole lot I think has been done, but I got the frame up, I got all the walls up as you can see, and the roof on and everything. And I got these big timbers buried in the ground to help kind of stabilize this end of the building, and give me a place to put my doors. Nice sturdy thing. I got all the bracing in. All that's ready to go. I got almost all the tails cut on the rafters there, so it's nice and smooth for the tarp to go over. And we're getting there. Wish the weather was nicer and I didn't have to work, but I think it'll be done before winter. So now all I'm going to do left today, I think, is throw in a few lags along the bottom sill here, kind of hold that in place. And once I get that final thing cut, I'll add in a couple more braces up top and probably install that door. I'll do that probably later this week or this weekend. Get that door installed, get that one built, and then I think we can get ready with the tarp. I'll have to glue two of them big tarps together and throw them up top. I think I'm going to have to find something for the corners there. Keep the that wood's kind of rough. I don't want it to rub through the tarp, so I'll probably have to put some cardboard or something over top of it. And I was thinking maybe I'd run a strap right down the middle just to kind of help hold it up, because I didn't put a board right down the center because it's kind of thick there, and I didn't have any really big screws or nails or anything, so I think a strap will work. So I'll throw that all up, and hopefully I can get this thing done before winter. I'd say before the snow flies, but it snowed here last weekend, so it's coming. Well, another weekend, or maybe two, has gone by. Not really sure, but the frame is up, about as up as it's going to get here. As you can see, I built the front doors and got those hung up there. Not really sure where I left off, but I got all the rafter tails cut off. I've added in this moisture resistant cardboard just as kind of a padding for the tarp so it doesn't rub through. I got the whole thing lagged down to all these railroad ties here, and got all my bracing in, and that back door hung. So I think we're just about ready to put the tarp up. I'm going to start with the back walls here and the little tarp. I have to pull off this corner bracing I have. I don't think I need it anymore. I might put it on the inside just so it's there, just in case. And I'll hang up the back tarp and then the front tarp. And I've got my two big tarps already glued together. So once I've got the two end tarps done, I can go ahead and throw the tarp over the top, secure it down, and this thing should be ready for winter. The cardboard doesn't look too happy, but it is moisture resistant, so it should hold up once it dries out. It shouldn't really get wet again, so it should be fine. We'll see how it does. But yeah, let's get some tarps hung and be done with this thing. Alright, well, so far so good. I've got this first tarp on the back wall up. I've cut the little door out, and it went pretty well. I've got some boards nailed to it to kind of hold it up here. And the next step will be to do that front door. I'm going to have to put some cross bracing in before I hang the tarp so that the door doesn't want to sag, because as it is now, if I take them screws out of the top, the whole door will kind of fall down a little bit. But we'll get a cross bracing from the corner down on both doors, and that should take care of that. And then we can hang this tarp, and once that's up, we can do the big tarp along the sides. Couldn't ask for a better day to do it, I don't think. It's dead still, so perfect day for hanging tarps. I better get to it before wind picks up or something stupid, and yeah, I think we'll be done with this shed today, hopefully. Alright, I got my bracing on the front doors. Worked pretty good. They don't really sag at all. So now I can go ahead and close these things and screw them in up top to hold them where I want them. And then I can drape this end tarp over and nail it in and get this side done, and then we can move on to the big tarp. that should be fun. Alright, I got the big tarp, or small tarp, assembled on the big door here, and should be good there. I'm going to leave this little tail on here for now, just because there's a gap between the door and the ground, and I'm thinking that'll help kind of keep the snow out, so I won't cut that off yet. I'll probably have to put another one of them pieces of wood across the bottom to kind of hold that there, but other than that, that's done. It's my cheeseburger door. If I step way back, you can see it used to be a cheeseburger billboard, so I'm going to be hungry every time I come in here. But that door's done. Now I just got to drag over the big tarp and put it on the top, and we should be pretty well done for today. Well, here's the two big tarps. I already got them glued together. I did that during the week, so they should be all set up and ready to go. I just got to drag them out of here, and hopefully I can get some of that water off, because that's going to be miserable to work with. But we'll get her drug up there and hopefully get her set today. I tell you, moving these tarps is a Herculean task. I mean, they're heavy enough one at a time, but I got two glued together and then they got rained on, so they weigh a freaking ton. But I'm just going to keep working it up towards the peak and get it over the other side until the seam, which is down there, is up in the middle, and then I can secure it, and this thing should be done. Kind of a gloomy, crappy, depressing day, but it's exciting to have this almost done today. So let's get to it. Wow, what a monster. But as you can see, the tarp is on. I don't have it squared up yet and tacked down and everything, but it's up there, and I'm not going to take you inside because it's pitch black in there, which is awesome. But I'm going to have to square everything up, make sure I'm good, and then tack the thing down, and it's going to be done. I'm excited. I'm glad that part's over and it's not a super windy day, because I'd have never been able to do that if it was windy out. Well, alright, it is essentially done. I mean, there's a few touch-up things I got to do, like I want to glue these little flaps of tarp down so they're not flopping around, and I've got to cut a little slit there so the door will open, and I got to tack down on the bottom here and get that nice and tight, and then I think I'll tack it down and bury it a little bit so it don't move. And yeah, put some hardware in the door there and on the front so that I can close it and everything. But I think I'm going to call it done for today, and pretty much done. It's got the tarp on, it's not going anywhere. As you can see, it's pretty dark in there, but I'm considering it done, and I don't think that was too bad. It took me, I suppose, maybe a month or so, mostly working on the weekends, to put it up, and it only cost me about $500, and everything in it's recycled except for the hardware, you know, like nails and screws and latches and stuff for the doors. But yeah, all the lumber was absolutely free except for the railroad ties. I paid $7 a piece for those, and they're obviously recycled. The tarps were about 180-ish, but they're obviously old billboard tarps, so they were recycled. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Should be good for winter. I can park some cars in there, and some lawnmowers and whatever else I got, so I'm happy. I think I'm just gonna relax for a while and tinker with the little stuff this weekend, and she's done.